So, instead of just writing about it, I'm going to try and do a video of this. It may crash and burn horribly, but it might not. And hey, you get to see pretty pictures of planes. So this one is a very short, simple mission, which we entrusted to Farage Kerman, because, you know, we believe in giving people second chances like that. And you know, after his disastrous crashing a plane into the space center on his first takeoff, he went back to training. He's had a good few goes, and he's now piloting the prototype vertical takeoff and landing. So there we go. Engines on, up, raise the landing gear, and off we go. All he's got to do is fly down to the south of the Space Center, over the ocean, take a few readings, turn around, fly to the north of the Space Center, take a few readings, and then come back home. You know, easy as anything. So he's just about managed to take off, flick the engines to forward flight only, and gain some altitude. The mission being to take high altitude atmosphere readings, which is actually harder than it looks with only these really basic jet engines, because they kind of like cutting out at about 15,000 meters. Going to skip over most of this because it's not really very interesting, and there's lots and lots of climbing up very high. But no, the plane flies quite well considering all the bits sticking out of it, like the engines on the wings. He takes his readings, he checks the map, flips it round, and off we go. Some kind of pretty views of the Space Center as we turn around. The landscape around it is, yeah, pretty awesome. It's a shame that we don't get to see a lot of the other nice terrain features there. Some nice rivers and canyons that you could fly through. But currently we're kind of stuck with oceans and islands. And a few mountains. The big turn cost quite a lot of altitude, so we're going to climb up. Head on up again. It's not the greatest plane in the world. It's kind of the first experiment with vertical takeoff and landing, so it's not fantastic, but it seems to do the job. Okay, so he's just reached the second area of interest. He's going to take his readings and then turn back round again. Lots and lots of lovely science, and a fairly big cash bonus, which was kind of important at this point because we were beginning to run low. And the advantage of planes is that you bring them home again, so all you really pay for is the fuel. You get lots and lots of science for actually not a lot of cash, because you know, in theory you land them, unlike rockets, which you kind of dump most of. So he's going to bring it in for a landing. That's a nice long glide slope back to the Space Center. Everything is just fine. Throttle is down nice and low, just gliding in, bleeding off the speed, landing gear down. It's a vertical landing thing, so we don't really care about the runway. It'd be nice, but lights on, and it's just bleeding off some speed. Switches to the vertical engines, going into a kind of a hover, pull back the nose a bit to lose the forward speed, and then we should just be able to drop it onto the ground. There's still a little bit of speed, but I think that's forward speed, right? Probably forward speed. Oh look, you can see the early prototype just sat there on the floor. Someone forgot to turn the lights off. But this one's going to be much better. Yeah, still a little bit of forward speed. As we're coming down, that's not forward speed, is it? That's downward speed. I'm gonna hit the throttle again, take out some of that speed, and I think we hit it a little bit too late, cause nuts. This is gonna hurt for sure. Whoops. Yeah, and you know, I like the way that it kind of does somersaults all over the place, but you know, a landing that you can walk away from is a good landing, right? And we got the science, and we got most of the plane back. Yeah, we'll count that as a win. So, till next time.